Hey guys, so I know I did a video yesterday and this will be my second video today. I normally would not do this. Matter of fact, it's like once it gets going, it's probably going to be like a video a week or whenever like stuff hits my mind is when I'm going to record and make videos. And just like the others, this is seriously the most basic video you could ever do. It's with my iPhone camera and it's just a simple talk environment. This is my room. This is actually my work desk, and here's my wall of decorations that I have. Just have a few photos hanging up of people I love, people I care about. So anyhow, this video topic, I wanted it to be about finding a partner specifically directed towards the ladies, because I obviously don't have a man's perspective. I mean, I could give advice, but that wouldn't be as credible because, I'm a woman. So, I'm just gonna give like my intake and just a couple of things that I look for in a guy and that I think all girls should, definitely value and definitely make sure that whoever their significant other is going to be, has these qualities of just the basics, like treating you with respect, um, letting you be who you want to be without feeling guilty or without feeling like you have to change. So like I said, these are just a few of the tips that I keep in the back of my mind, certainly. Not so much anymore since I have found Nathan, thankfully, but just a couple of my intakes. So firstly, the biggest thing to me, and this isn't for all people, it's not for all girls, but for me personally, I know that the biggest thing was to have morals and religion that were the same. So I always grew up Christian. I am a Christian. Um, I always had the morals as like I want to have a family life. Like I want to be that wife. I want to be the devoted to my husband, have kids one day, and just have like that perfect family outlook where it's family oriented, where you only love, you don't hurt, you forgive. Um, so that was always my morals, and then I was always really, really searching for a guy who was a Christian and who could not only see me for who I was, but also form a relationship with me that we could form with God. So instead of just me and God, it would still be me and God, him and God, but it would also be us and God. And so that would be just three like separate relationships that would just build and build. Which leads me to another point. In my perspective, I believe that God is the most important thing in your relationship. You guys can trust each other. Well, you have to trust each other. You guys will fall back on each other. You will be each other's go to. But at the same time, as a relationship, as together, you need God to be your foundation. You need to be able to go to Him when you're not sure what to do, or if you're in a disagreement, you need to be able to pray about it together. You need to be able to have faith in God that everything's going to go the way it's supposed to be without you having to, worry all the time, without you having to try so hard for, things that should just happen the way they're supposed to be. It shouldn't be forceful. It shouldn't be, it shouldn't feel natural. Oh no, it should feel natural. It shouldn't not feel natural between you and your partner. So you should always feel comfortable. You should always feel like you can be yourself. You should not feel judged. That is a huge thing. Like if you feel judged or you feel limited to like expressing yourself with this guy, then that's not the real you. That's not showing him the real you. And really, he's not really at fault for that. You have to show him the real you and none of the fakeness, just the real you before he gets to decide, is this someone I want to spend my life with? Is this someone who I want to have a long relationship with? Which leads me to my next point. So dating a guy, dating a girl, whoever you're dating, should always be with the intention of marriage. So when you date a person, it's, at least to me, I think it should be about, you see them potentially being your husband one day or being your wife one day. You're not dating like just to, oh, I'm gonna have some fun for like 6 months to a year till I get tired with the person, and then yeah, I'm gonna move on to the next one. Because if you always do that and you always look for new, the better, the fresh stuff, like you're not, the relationship's not gonna last. It's gonna last maybe a year tops till that love feeling fades off, and then you're gonna want more. And then if you want more, but you're in a relationship and you don't end it, then you're going to end up cheating. So there's no sense in getting in a relationship if you're not dating for the intention of marriage. So, and if you don't want to date, if you don't want to just stay with one person, if you're young and you just want to have fun and live life, then don't date. Like, do that, but don't date. Like, don't go hurt another person just because you chose them for a temporary time and then you're going to let them go. Like, don't do that. So every time that you go to date someone or think you want to date with someone, just think, like, can I see myself living the rest of my life with them? Can I see us being together down the road? Like, can I see me getting better because of this person? Can I grow in my relationship with God with this person? Another big thing is, truthfully, is respect. Like, respect is such a big point. It is, other than religion, it is the biggest point, and communication, which I'm going to talk about. But respect. So you guys, you absolutely have to respect one another. I know it's easy in the beginning, so it's easy to respect because everything they do, you completely adore, and they could never do anything wrong, and then you're all in love, and then all of a sudden, like, this fight breaks out one day, and you see a flaw in them, and you're like, what is this? Like, I was in love with them, I'm so tired of them, like, and then you express that to them, and then that gets into the disrespect. But you can't outwardly rudely say, hey, like, why'd you do that? Or, hey, like, that was awful. Like, you can't say it in that tone. You can't say it in a rude way. If you need to get a point across, the best way to do it is through communication, which, like I said, I'm going to talk about. But respecting one another and just letting the person know that you value them, that you not only, like, take in their word or their ideas, but that you honor those ideas, that you honor what they're saying, that they're not just talking to a brick wall, or and just respecting their family, respecting their friends, the choices they make. And if you don't respect those things, then just, you shouldn't be with that person, right? So, like, if there's so many things you don't naturally respect about this guy or this girl, you don't need to be with them. Just politely tell them, like, hey, I kind of want to take a break, see where this goes, and just pray about it. And like I said, let it come natural. Nothing should ever be forced, ever. I cannot express that enough, because I have had past relationships, one in particular, that it was bad. And those who know me probably know who I'm talking about, but I am not going to say that. So my last key point is communication. So communication, always, throughout a relationship, you need to be able to feel comfortable communicating to your partner how you feel. Like, if you if you guys get in a fight and the only way you can express yourself is through yelling, is through raging, or the silent treatment, then that's not gonna work. Like, in order to solve a problem, you guys need to talk. And when you talk, you can figure out how you feel, how we're gonna solve this. You can't do that without talking. And if you yell, and if you scream, and if you pick sides, and if you're trying to intentionally win a fight, then you have the wrong outlook. The purpose of a disagreement is to communicate, to, to, I don't want to say side, but to agree on what should be done or what was done wrong and what we're going to do next time. And then it's really supposed to be growth. So, like, you're supposed to use that. You're supposed to use your disagreements, your fights, to power you eventually. As soon as you get it solved, give forgiveness, ask for forgiveness. And after that, you can move on. Like, it's great to move on. And I'll never say, like, you can forgive, but you can't forget. Of course, all that. But also, don't forget what that lesson taught you. So don't cross the same road, maybe a couple months later and do it the same way you did before. So really, fights can be, or disagreements can be beneficial if you take them the right way. Yeah, so that was another, just more of it got more personal, but that's okay. So that's just like my tips, and definitely what I look for in a guy and what I look for in what Nathan has. But after doing these things and making sure, you have the right person, I can tell you that it is a life full of joy and laughter, and that there's never gonna be one person where you completely get along, you don't disagree on anything. Matter of fact, if you don't disagree on anything, then there's probably something wrong. Probably means that, like, one of you are trying not to fight just because you want to stay with this person and you're afraid they'll leave you. Like, that's not good. So if you guys have disagreements, it is completely normal. Completely. Especially around, like I said, the honeymoon phase, which is when you guys first get together to 6 months, and then all of a sudden you start seeing all these flaws. Like, just chill, it'll be okay, I promise. We're human, and it happens, and it's just a stage in a relationship, and I promise you'll get past it. So yeah, that's all I have for that.